There is a brand new parkrun in the UK, ladies and gentlemen. Malling Rec Parkrun in Lewes, and we've sent our undercover reporter, D Mills, to scope it out. They'll have absolutely no idea it's him with that camera on his head. I've been told there might be a robbery at this parkrun, so let's get straight to the action and see what unfolds.
3, 2, 1, off you go.
Look at this, a brand new parkrun. D Mills is up and away, and although we are running on grass right now, as grass goes, this is some pretty pleasant, flat looking, pretty well trimmed grass that I don't think will be slowing D Mills down too much. I have heard that there might be some muddy bits coming up that maybe will do as Barcelona comes straight through. Damo will almost certainly want to get him back by the end. Early pace check. We're going along in the mid 340s. Nothing silly by Damien Mills standards, but still on for a solid mid-18 if he was to continue at this speed. Just over 200 metres, you can see the leader is getting well ahead now. The pace is slightly slowed to 350, so round this turn, D Mills decides to take a couple of runners out and move on out. And he's not messing about. Into 8th position now. I will put a note of his position on the left of the screen now, and that is straight into 7th as well, and Barcelona top is right there for the taking, and Damo is motoring along in the 320s at the moment. No wonder he's overtaking all these people. After some definite surging in the last few hundred metres, let's see if he now decides to bide his time for a little while, because we're still going at a really good pace, especially on the grass. And as I suspected, at 500 metres, he does decide to make that move. And is that going to be a couple? That was into 6th. Straight into 5th position as well, as we now head into, not quite in 5th position yet, holding his ground in 6th. We do start to head uphill into the forest and the unknown, and Barcelona top absolutely sending it up there. He's been in the gym, and after all of that, we're back where we started in 7th position. What will D Mills do about that humbling now it flattens out? But it's not flattening out. You can see at the top right, it's quickly jumped to 12 metres, and we're still easing uphill at the moment, but D Mills has moved into 6th position. Someone's struggling more than D Mills. To be fair, on a gentle incline, he's not the worst. But the overall pace is struggling. He's only in the 4-minute 10s at the moment, and there's bits of mud you can see up there he's having to avoid. He's still very much in contention with a lot of these runners just ahead, as the guy just ahead has a little bit of a slip. I feel his pain. I really dislike when you have to run on a verge on the side of a path to avoid all the gunk in the middle. Damo and his mate just ahead are catching up to Barcelona top now, and it looks like he's going to move into 5th position, and we're going to go straight into 4th. I see a downhill coming, and I'd be very shocked if he wasn't to make a move straight into 4th on this downhill, as he is usually a downhill warrior. I think the muddy terrain might be making him have doubts about going to the right of him, though, so he's just tucking in for now, but I know he wants to go past desperately. A little check of the watch, and he will see he's not in the 3, so surely it's now time to get past him, Damo. Yes, big boy! 4th position is his, and I can see 2nd and 3rd there for the taking if he wants it. You can hear his watch ticking over. He's through a kilometre in 3 minutes 57, and you should also be able to see on the bottom left the map. He is approaching the turnaround where he will come back and do the exact same route again, and then one more time. He's almost at the turnaround now, but look at Red Shorts, the leader, flying through, seeking out the less muddy part of the path in the middle. Let's see if Damo does the same when he gets there shortly, as he comes to the turnaround now, and it's at 1.23 kilometres, I imagine it will be. And he goes around now and starts heading uphill now. And you can see there's plenty of runners fairly close to D Mills, so he cannot afford to start slacking. And yes, he is seeking refuge from the mud on the inside of the track, but it does get difficult when all the runners are coming the other way, so now he's just having to go straight through it. And this will compromise his time. He's just sort of in no man's land. Look at him. He's seeking out holy ground, but there's just mud everywhere. This is proper running, some might say. Oh, well, I'm going to assume that disgusting language was from a little slip. We got some random guy screaming. He's struggling to stay on his feet. It's safe to say that D Mills is struggling at the moment. I think maybe 3rd position isn't getting too far away, so they're also struggling. But you know the trail path is trailing when you're seeking out the grass again. Oh, I wish we had a feet cam here, because you can see he's trying to get to the right and then it's just sort of sliding him back to the left of the path. It's a quite wonderful watch. You may also have noticed that the data has started to blink in and out again. It does this now after 1.5k. It appears to be a firmware upgrade has just ruined the Garmin Insta360 integration, so I can only apologise and hope that it's fixed very soon. But you can still see the pace for a good majority of the time. Back to the action in a lovely mud pool here. Let's see how Damo does this. It gets a little bit close to those runners on the right. They're in a parkrun too, D-Mills. Don't get too close to them. Yeah, back to the left now. It is very muddy. I can see a big old puddle, but actually, now he's past that, it looks like things dry out as he starts to head downhill again. So I think this section wasn't too bad overall for the next 300 or 400 meters. Although I think I'm chatting rubbish, as that is a gloriously sticky bit there. No, overall, not too bad really, and the grass isn't far away where he can enjoy 500 meters or so of flat terrain and see if some damage can be done to third position's lead over him. And he's breaking out into the sunshine now, downhill a little bit. Third position must be 10 seconds ahead, maybe second is 20 ahead. I want to see you pushing hard now, D-Mills, and I know everyone back home does as well. There's the second kilometre, 4 minutes 10, obviously slowed quite a bit, but time's not important. It's all about if he can start making some positions up. Would Parkrun agree with that? No. Do I care? Double no. Come on, D-Mills. Yes, the pace is back in the 350s now, and I think he is catching Red Top. He's heard me, 346 per kilometre, coming downhill now. He was at 4 metres. It gets up to 23 metres by the top of the hill, so that's a decent incline having to do twice. And with the added muddy terrain, it's certainly not a rapid park run, although on its opening week, someone managed a 16:30, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Josh Burgess, you are bloody rapid. Damo coming to the turnaround now, and it does look like if this is actually halfway, his watch is slightly off, 2.4 kilometres, so he might finish at around 4.8. So he's actually been going a lot quicker than we thought. So we will have to wait and see if that is the case at the end. You could also see Barcelona top on the right there, lurking... What? No! D-Mills! What are you doing? Unbelievable scenes. Back into 5th position. I had absolutely no idea he was going to get overtaken. I thought he was on the grass now. It's just, as we start to ease uphill, someone does some damage to D-Mills. It's just classic Damian Thomas Mills. And it looks like he's easing away as well. And this is before we even get to the bigger incline. I thought we had such a good shot at a podium, but it's looking very difficult now Red Top's come through. He's at least holding his own as we approach going back into the forest. You can see in the distance. It's going to be one of his toughest tests yet, whether he can stay with this guy as we go uphill now into the mud. And then we come back downhill. If he's within, I say, probably even 10 seconds as we emerge back onto the grass in a kilometre or so time for the final push, he's still got a chance of getting him. But if he loses too much, he's just not going to be able to get it back. And up this incline earlier, where he got murked by Barca Top, Red Top puts in a little surge as well. It's so interesting to see different people's takes on how to approach a hill. I know D-Mills just tries to take them as easy as possible. As look, Red Top is flying away from him. He's lost about 4 seconds in no time. At least Barca Top didn't come through, or we should just pack up and go home now. There's the third kilometre according to Strava, of 4 minutes and 9 seconds. That gap just cannot afford to grow anymore now. It really can't. The rot needs to stop. A quarter of the way through this 4th kilometre, and he's doing an alright job at the moment. He's not lost too much ground to the first Red Top. And actually, second Red Top, who's in 3rd position, I'm not sure he's got that much further away from Damo in the last kilometre or so. It's just this guy in 4th has really started pushing on. There's still a long way to go and a few more twists and turns, I imagine. 3.5k, he's maintaining, he's working hard, he's controlling that breathing, and he is just psyching himself out for that final push when he gets back on the grass, and he's going to send it like only D-Mills can. This could be an interesting turnaround though, the final turnaround, but it's very busy with other runners. Can D-Mills get through here relatively unscathed? Yeah, nothing too bad, but he does have 2 runners not far behind him still, so he's got to make sure they don't come through as well. But Barcelona Top, what's happened to him? Is that him just there? Oh, it is. We've gapped him comfortably now, and there's at least 1 victory for the day. The next section is make or break, though, for D Mills. This is where he lost quite a lot of time in the first lap. You can see they're all on alternating sides of the path currently. First red tub on the left and Damo and the guy in third on the right. And if anything, I think he's catching both of them now. It looks like he's starting his assault a little bit early. And they are both in huge trouble if they don't start making a break for it now before they get to the flat grass at the end, because he will obliterate them, I've got no doubt. And the guy ahead's just running in the middle of the mud at the moment. I would not advise that. Such a short time ago, I thought this podium was getting away from D Mills, but I think he's favourite now, as he's actually moving into 4th position again. Did that guy make his move too early? I think he probably did. That podium is now very, very close. He can almost touch it, and we're not even at the final kilometre. D Mills' time is almost here. And look at this, he's gobbling the time up now, and I think he's going to move straight into 3rd position before we've even got to the grass. There it is. The podium is his. He hasn't had to work as hard as I thought he would do. I thought he was really going to have to motor on the grass. But he'll do that anyway. You know he will. So if 2nd place is anywhere near and for the taking, he will try and get them. We can't currently see them at the moment, but distance and time can disappear when D Mills senses blood. Oh, he is certainly working now. He does not settle for podiums. He always wants more. He always asks a lot of his body. Look at all the people coming back this way, enjoying the sight of D Mills in full flow. They are truly honoured to be here on this day in history. Look at the speed coming down, 3 minutes 30 per kilometre, flying round the bend here. It said 3:40 per kilometre. I don't care what it says. I think the GPS is slightly wrong. I know he's pushing like crazy now. 2nd place could be in for the shock of their lives. One final turn up here, and it's the finishing straight. Let's see if he can see 2nd position, if there's any hope. I'm not sure he had to go right of the person there. I think he could have just gone left. I thought he was going to take them out, and he's pushing. You know what time it is. I can't see 2nd, but he's going to try and get in the 2s at the end. Can he get in the 2s? You better show me screen. Of course he's in the 2s. 2 minute 30, 4:32. That's one of his quickest finishes for a while, and it's about a 19:37. A well-earned podium. Let's have a look at the official results. What the fuck? Who the hell is unknown? Police, police, there's been a robbery. There's been a robbery at Parkrun. The winning runner in the red shorts knows. He's looking over. Who the hell is that? We know Ed to the left of red shorts, who's an absolutely rapid runner who finished it in 2nd. But the guy just behind the 2 volunteers, he has come out of absolutely nowhere, and I counted every single runner at 500 metres, and he was not there. I will give him the slightest benefit of the doubt that he's just got a bit lost and just come across the line after only doing 1 lap and then been too embarrassed to say anything, so just sort of gone along with it. And I don't know if he usually does have his parkrun token, but he hasn't put that in because he does not want his name associated with such a dastardly act. But officially, this means that D Mills has lost a podium. It's 4th position. He thought he had a podium, but he does not. A tough one to take, but it's a learning curve that the world is not fair, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you all for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this look at the brand new parkrun in Lewes that looks like a good bit of fun that I hope to get to at some point. But make sure you tune in next Wednesday when I will be going for my 5k PB, finally trying to beat D Mills's elusive time from 2022. I will see you then.